And there's the 74. You know, it's been under the tarp this whole time, but we had a nice big windstorm coming here, and it was getting a little bit loose. Kind of runs across that crack right there and kind of wears these things out. But we look in here, and what do we find? A 10 by 12 tarp. Replacement tarp. Camouflage. Yeah, I'm not going to do it quite like that, but I'm a bit disappointed. I usually get a year out of these. This one didn't quite last a year. Alright, 10 by 12 is too small. I went too small this time. It's too big last time. It's too small this time. Fair amount of the car sticks out at the front. It doesn't come down the sides far enough. And yeah, we got a little butt sticking out this end. What do we need? Let's see, 12 and 2, 14. At least 2 more feet on the front end. That'd be 16. And let's see, a foot on that side and a foot on this side. 12 by 16. 12 by 16 instead of 10 by 12. Alright, well, I got it sort of tied down. That'll get me through a day or two, or however long it takes me to get it done. Go out and get another one, figure out exactly what length I want to get, and whether or not I can get it at Menards. So continuing on with tarping the car over there, you know, if you look at some of my really old videos, you may have seen that I actually had an official car cover on this thing, made out of fabric and whatnot. And that cover was actually fairly old. It, let's see, it got a hole in it probably the first year I got it, and it wasn't too bad at the end of 2 years. But then it started to deteriorate, and by the time it was 4 years old, it was, well, you know, it was pretty well shot. The second thing about those fabric ones is that, oh, hey, you know, we're really good on your paint and whatnot, but and paint shop's 35 years old. I could care less. You know, it has to hold the water out. I don't want my car rusting anymore. And the fabric ones, they're just not good about holding water out. So, you know, when it tore up, I started doing tarps like this one over here. Only I started with a tarp that was bigger than this thing. And, you know, of course it works. It gets on there. You can cover the entire car head to toe and wrap it underneath and stuff like that. But you realize that, you know, if it blows and it flaps, it's like a flag in the wind. It'll tatter and tear. So it was too big, and it tattered and tore. And yeah, it lasted for a while, but I figured I could do better. And so I downsized a little bit, and even that one was a little bit too big. But it didn't tear because of tattering. It tore because it got, you know, this lip over here, which is rather sharp right there across this edge right here. Just a little bit too sharp across there, so I've got something to fix that. I'll look at that in a second. But it doesn't cover the front, and it's not covering the back, and I want to be able to wrap it underneath a little bit, and this one's just not big enough, and according to my math, this will get the job done. And I don't know which side I'm going to put up. It's reversible. I'll go with the other side, which I think is green. Oh, what do we got down there? Yeah, the other side's green. Whatever. But in order to keep it from flapping, I'm going to pin it with those little teeny strips of wood right there. So I'm going to chop those up, drill some holes in them, get them into these little grommets on the edge here, along there and there. And you know, that'll pinch it along the edge of the car, front to back, get it tight. And like I say, maybe I can use the use those pieces of wood, take it and roll it underneath the edge of the car right there, and you know, I can strap the pieces of wood together and take the tarp along with it. See if that works. But anyway, hopefully this is going to be the size of tarp that gets the job done. Let's see. So the grommets are in the wrong spot. Well, you know, what can you do, you know, but anyway, they're set at particular intervals. And, you know, I've got something specific I want to do, and they're just not right. So these ones in the front are set at 6.5 feet across. And I'm only going to, you know, I want to position 2 of them at 4 feet front and back. So they're just in the wrong spot. I got to go find some grommets. Alright, so I got delayed a little bit. I had to find some grommets. So here's my grommets. Couldn't find these at Home Depot, so you know, how often do you go to the internet to watch a car video and the guy says he went to Joann Fabrics? But yeah, there you go, that's where I got these. And the plan is, the new ones, which are there and here, I'm going to tie them to this piece of wood, which is going to hold this piece of the fabric at the bumpers on both ends in place. So once I got this side done, tie that piece on. So we got to come back down here. I'm going to get it tied on down this end. I'm going to take it, I'm going to pull the thing over the ride and get it at least tied down front to back, get a preliminary look. And then I've got to put, I got these guys right here. I got to chop them up. They're going to go along the sides, along where the doors and the quarter panels are. And pin all that stuff down. It'll take another set of grommets to get that done. So I couldn't get the foam to stay on the channel here, so you might not be able to see it. There goes Lou. I have replaced it with a piece of vinyl tubing, which is round, and you know, you just put a little slit on it and slides right on. I think that's like 1/4 inch outer diameter tubing. And of course I got another piece of it over here. Slide that on. Kind of windy today. I wasn't actually planning on taking the tarp off, but yeah, a little light breeze got hold of it, you know, and boom, off it went. Anyway, I got to get that back on here. There it is, all wrapped up. So I got my little piece of beading under there. I can feel it right there, so it didn't pop off during any of this. There's the end piece. It's back right in there somewhere. Hope it didn't fall off. I can tell it's on there. Still there, still right there. So it didn't pop off on this side. Of course, I got my piece of wood on the back here. Underneath there's a piece of wood. Got it tied in here and over there. I got a single string right there holding it on. Got my boards down there, keeping this stuff tight. Tuck it in under the fenders so it doesn't blow anywhere. Got my piece of wood up here in the front. Got it tied in right in the center here. Of course, it holds it nice and tight. Hopefully, it'll be back out here this winter when we get the howling winds and stuff. But yeah, it looks pretty solid. I don't think that's going to come loose. You know, I tack it under the wheels. Like I say, if it's flapping any, it's going to tear up. So you tuck it under the wheels and keeps it from flapping, all the excess. There's always excess. I mean, clearly it's just a square piece of stuff and you don't have a square car. But anyway, it looks pretty solid. I don't think I need to do anything else. So hopefully that'll last me for a year and I won't be back out here until it's still summer. I'd rather be out here like next fall trying to get it ready for winter. Once a year, not too bad. Any more frequent than that and it's a pain in the butt. But like I said, this is more cost effective than getting the actual car covers. And the actual car covers aren't waterproof. And my issue has been the rust. I don't want to see rust on this thing, and I'd rather put up with mildew than rust. So this is what I do. I think that fits pretty well and it's going to work. And it's a 12 this direction by 16 front to back. And I picked that up at Menards for like, I don't know, it's $13. The grommets were about $6, so yeah, I'm in for less than $20. Keep it out here, hopefully dry for a year.